The readings today focus on wisdom, a wisdom that's something deeper and infinitely more precious than being worldly wise, a wisdom that makes us able to see life from God's point of view. Jesus said that such wisdom is worth more than all of our other possessions put together. Solomon evidently realized this when God gave him the choice of anything he wanted. He put wisdom at the top of his list. You know, the problem with storytelling is that it's hard to remember which ones you've told. However, if it's a good story, it can stand repetition. You know what's coming here. But once upon a time, there was a farmer. His farm was small, and the ground was very stony. But he worked hard, and for a while he was blessed with a certain happiness and contentment. But then he began to feel that there was something missing in his life, and as a result, he felt rather empty. Then one evening, a stranger passed that way and asked for a night's lodgings. The farmer was glad to have the company. He was pining for distraction and excitement. Sitting by the fire that night, the stranger began to talk about diamonds. He told the farmer that if he could find a diamond, even one no bigger than the nail on his pinky, he would never have to work again. The farmer was really excited at the thought. He didn't sleep a wink that night. Next morning, the stranger departed, leaving the farmer feeling a bit unsettled. As the days went by, the farmer became more and more restless. He began to neglect the farm. Finally, he sold it off for a pittance and set off roaming the world in search of diamonds. He travelled far but found none. In the end, overcome with despair, he took his own life. Meanwhile, the man who had bought the farm was out ploughing. The plough turned up a stone that shone in the sunlight. It turned out to be a very valuable diamond. He dug around and found more of them. The place turned out to be one of the biggest diamond mines ever found. You have to feel sorry for the farmer, but at the same time, he was really quite foolish. Had he persevered with what he had, he would undoubtedly have found the hoard of diamonds himself. It was there all the time. It's just that he couldn't see it. I suppose he's typical of many of us. Very often it's not that we're afraid of hard work and sacrifice. It's just that we lack wisdom. We don't know what really is important. So we pursue the wrong goals and look in the wrong places. We spend so much time and energy gathering possessions and comforts to ensure our security and well-being and happiness, only to find that all too quickly they disappoint and fade and become redundant. The world puts a high premium on being happy. And in order to achieve that happiness, we find ourselves increasingly pressured and influenced to put a higher priority on making a living rather than on actually getting on with living. The pursuit of happiness is so often dogged with failure and disappointment. And the fact is that happiness is illusionary. It's like a butterfly. As soon as you catch hold of it, it disintegrates. Our task in this life is not to seek happiness or success or fulfillment. Our task simply to love others. And to the extent that we love others, we live good lives. Wisdom is a gift from God. It means being able to put our trust in His word rather than in human wisdom or worldly experts. Wisdom gives us an understanding, a vision of life that can't be bought. Wisdom is realizing that the real joy and contentment that we seek is already within our grasp. It's already here in our lives and our relationships. It's just that we can't see We're blinded by all the trappings. We've surrounded ourselves with trappings we thought were necessary in order to achieve happiness. Our vision has become blurred and distorted. We have become deflected from our pursuit of living by all the sideshows. Our tragedy as believers is not that we can't find the pearl, the great price, for we're offered it in the gospel. Our tragedy is that we are unwilling to be single-minded enough to pay the price for it. We will have eagle eyes, clear vision, only to the extent that we love others. If you want to be happy, be loving, because the perceived wisdom that comes with age realizes that happiness is a fruit rather than a seed. So wake up to the fact now that if you sow seeds of love, you'll reap a harvest of joy and contentment. Wisdom is to know this early enough in life, to apply it to our choices day by day. The direction we set will determine the outcome of our journey. Blessed are those who find the treasure of God's love and spend their lives giving it away to others. That's what is called missionary discipleship.